Now, Kimmy, you were a whole baby mama. It's the audacity for me. What's up, cuties? Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. Join me as I discuss hot topics, reality TV, celebrity news, and more. The views that I express are my own personal opinions for entertainment purposes only, and everything is alleged. Welcome to Chit Chat with Cutie.
Chit Chat with Cutie, that's what they said, yep.
Chit Chat with QT was killing.
Chit Chat with QT for all of this tea.
What's up, cuties? Thank you guys again for joining me for another video. Have you guys seen the clip of the scene where Mel and Kimmy and Tisha, with her smiling and smirking ass, sat down and had a talk? Let me go ahead and give you guys some details. Then I'm going to play the audio. But as I mentioned at the start of this video, it's the audacity for me. Kimmy, who was a whole baby mama, called herself giving Mel advice as far as Mel changing her last name. Now, this is where I'm confused. Obviously, Kimmy was feeling some type of way as far as not being invited to Mel's name-changing ceremony. And thank goodness that Mel has discernment, because if you felt this way, why would you feel some type of way about not being invited? Now, a lot of us have spoken on this before as far as this slick shade that Kimmy tries to throw when it comes to Mel. A lot of you guys always point out how she called Mel bougie and all of that. But this here, Miss Thang, got a whole lot of goddamn nerves. Take a listen to this, guys.
I'm married. I moved my last name to my middle name.
Okay.
A lot of it was just in my head for having children. I never really wanted to be that stereotype where your kids go to school and they're like, "What's your last name?" And they're like, "Grant." "What's your mama last name?" "Scott." As African Americans, I think a lot of times we're thrown into a stereotypical cycle of, I'm gonna assume that your kids don't have your mama's last name. And I think it's tragic. That just mattered, like, to me.
You mean being baby mamas and not having the last name, having not been married? Mm-hmm. You and Jalen technically don't have the same last name anymore.
Now, first of all, shout out to Mel for that classy read. Again, I'm going to continue to say it's the audacity for me. Now, this is coming from a baby mama, Kimmy Grant, who had Jalen and was not married. So for me, there's just some shit you can't speak on unless you experience it. Now, Mel was married to Martell and conceived and had her kids while she was married. And if she wanted to, and she did, change her damn last name from Old Marty, like you like to call him, Kimmy, she had every damn right. Mel changing her last name has nothing to do with the kids that she had while married to Martell. Mel did put in her post, because she posted this on Instagram, that she ain't no baby mama. I was a wife, and so at one point, we all had the same last name. Speak facts, Mel. Nothing but facts. Let's get into this stereotype. Let's get into facts. First of all, again, Kimmy, you were a baby mama. Okay? Huge stereotype when it comes to the Black community especially. So for me, speak on what you can directly relate to, which is being a baby's mama. Now, you didn't name your child his daddy's last name, and I'm just wondering why. I'm just confused. Why didn't you give Jalen his daddy's last name? Did he not claim Jalen? Tell us about that. Why? That's his daddy. So you're gonna have a problem with Mel removing the last name of a Negro that's done the shit that he's done. Revenge P. Talked about her like a dog. Not only talked about her like a dog, but did that to you and your husband. And Tisha with her smiling ass and her husband. A man that has basically tried to ruin her, and you, of all people, have a problem with her removing his last name. Make it make sense. And I want to ask you a question, Kimmy. Had Maurice done, and he's done some bogus ass shit, and I'll get to that in a minute. Had he done the shit that Martell has done, and I just named a couple things, would you want to continue on with that last name? Kids or no kids? Can you let us know? Now, you choose to carry the last name of a man that said that you gotta roll over and suffer. You choose to carry the last name of a man that has reduced you, in my opinion, to just a hole where he can stick something in the hole. See, we don't see love and relationship when it comes to you and Maurice on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hell, we don't see it not on the show. Let's talk about that interview again that he did with Carlos. You know the backlash that he received from that. And what did you do, Mrs. Scott? Come out here and defend, tried to, the bullshit that your husband was talking. I felt like this was absolutely disrespectful for Kimmy to say, and I also felt like she was out of pocket. She really was. And somebody put in the comments on Mel's post that it's a damn shame we do not see Tisha smiling unless somebody is talking negatively about Mel. But what we do see when it comes to Tisha is her getting her ass up and running from everything concerning her damn self and her marriage and her issues. She don't want to talk about that, but her ass is all ears, as you guys can see in this picture, when it comes to Melody Shari. So this was crazy to me. Again, a whole baby mama out here talking to a whole wife at the time and how she's choosing, because she does have a choice. Mel is not the first person or woman to drop the last name of their ex-husband. Whether the marriage ended in the manner that they did or not, women across the world for centuries have dropped the last name. So what's the big deal? Why try to make her feel some type of way? And somebody answer this for me. Now, I'm not sure if Kimmy was talking about kids at the school, asking about the last name, teachers, or whatever else. Whoever that sits a child down and asks them, why is your last name different from your mama? They bogus, okay? I haven't seen kids in my lifetime ask another child, why your last name different from your mama? I haven't seen that. And I would hope that administrators and educators and teachers and all of that, I hope they are bright enough to understand that shit happens. Okay, I think they understood, Kimmy, probably when it comes to Jalen having your last name and not his daddy. So some shit you just shouldn't talk on. I'm over Kimmy. The Scotts, in my opinion, all they do is yap. Tisha can't say much because she really can't even talk. But when it comes to Maurice, Marceau, and Kimmy talking all of this bullshit for nothing, yeah, we're over it. I'm gonna say this again. What's going on in you guys' life? How come you haven't had a conversation such as this when it comes to the shit that Tisha has experienced with Marceau? You guys got a pack, I believe, when it comes to the Scott's business, and we can see through it. Now, what I hope Kimmy goes through the comments on Mel's post. You know, they think that people just ride for Mel, and a lot of us do, but a lot of us are also able to say to Mel or about Mel if it's something that we feel like she may be wrong. And in this, she's not wrong. Like I said, would you carry the name of a man that sat down and had his side chick, who, goddammit, was involved in the breakup of the marriage, watch a tape with he and his then wife, Melody Shari? Would you carry the last name of a man that is now putting the side chick, trying to front and center? And we heard audio of the side chick talking about the revenge P. Who wants to be associated with a Negro like that? When it comes to Mel's kids, they know who their mama is. They know who their daddy is. And I'm sure Mel sat down and talked about every damn thing when it comes to her changing her last name, when it comes to her getting a divorce, and why. I'm sure she didn't go all into the details of why, but she let us know that she's taking the proper steps when it comes to making sure that her children are okay, by putting them in counseling and everything else. So, Kimmy, you're just making a big deal out of nothing for this show. And I'll say it again before I leave. We want to know what's going on with you. You know, you've chosen to not really discuss everything when it comes to breast cancer, and you could have done that. You could have come out here and talked about the ups and the downs of that. But you ain't got shit to say. Only thing you concerned about is libido and taking care of your man. Okay? That's what we see. But yeah, this pissed me off. I cannot wait to see the full scene tomorrow, but I wanted to just drop this video to get you guys' thoughts on it. As I mentioned, if you want to see the video with the audio, head on over to Melody Shari's Instagram page, Melody Shari Rodgers. Okay? Head on over there and watch it. But drop down in the comments and let me know. Mel's girl, Shanita Foster, was in the comments saying, girl, they play too much, and they absolutely do. Trying to play right on in Mel's face. But as I stated, what a classy read. Mel gave Kimmy a old nice nasty response, and I loved it. Now talk about that, Kimmy. I'm hoping we get to see that tomorrow. I'm hoping we get to see your response. Stay in a baby's mama's place when it comes to kids being conceived while married or not. Talk about what you can relate to. But you guys, drop down in the comments. Let's chit chat about it. Please also make sure to like the video, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. Chat with you guys soon. Bye.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what next? 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 The next session. So why, oh, why, oh,